Good morning, crew. I didn't really know what I was going to say, except that I'm highly disturbed by the merciless beating of Clay Weeks by his anti-white, non-white daycare teacher. Um, we went over it in last night's No White Guilt Live, and it reminds me that there's nothing an anti-white, non-white won't get away with doing to us, any of us, even a child. If you hit a child with a closed fist, you just need to be killed. If you'll do any worse than bust the kid's little ass, you know, you there's obviously nothing just. It's not correction. It's just harmful desires coming from an evil piece of shit. This person should be executed. Yvette Thurston, whatever her name is. It's not of matter to me. I'm not concerned with her name like I am Clay's. But I hate that all I can do is just wish there was some justice for us. Wish we had more rights than hunted game. But yeah, I mean, you can just do whatever you want to us, whites. I don't know if anybody knew that. Of course you knew that. You can do whatever you want to us. So I don't know what to say. I'm pissed off. I know this will be just another hush crime as far as the rest of white's concerned. This will be just another thing they have to put out of their minds so they can continue not to care like they don't. You can't get whites to face it. I've tried. The people who gather for No White Guilt Lives and Shade Tree gatherings and Discord and Dragons and all that, yeah, you are the good white people. I know I can trust you to care. I know I can trust you to give a shit. But I just, yeah. I don't see how whites are going to do anything about this. I don't see how we're going to take back the justice system. All I know to do is keep gathering with you all. Shoot a video here and there, give y'all likes on Twitter and reposts, and that's all I know to do thus far. I want to strike out at the anti-white regime, and, I want to take it down. But, I saw it looks like Clay's teeth had been knocked through his cheek. I've had a tooth knocked through my cheek, and he's got this big cut where I had a tooth knocked through my face. Maybe a couple of them made it through. But that's what I thought when I saw his scratch here. She knocked his teeth through his cheek. That's probably what happened. And to see a child in that condition, and it could have been a child of any race, and I would have cared. I would have thought it was disgusting, and whoever did it needs dealt with. People like this need dealt with. Anti-white monsters who attack children, they certainly shouldn't be getting bail. But you can do anything to a white these days and get bail. Doesn't matter what you did. Long as you're non-white, especially if you're anti-white, you're in the clear. You'll walk. There's no justice for us. There's no hope in how much of our race is dormant. Uh, I mean, no matter how much more anti-white things get, everybody is like the rats with a snake, you know. They're ready to play again as soon as one of us has been eaten, or something like that. It's just really disgusting. Like, I'm stuck here. Generations younger than mine have nothing to look forward to. I I have trouble seeing what I have looking forward to plenty of the time. And, uh, and it's like, what can we do? Uh, I had to share my disdain and disgust. And if I were white guilted, you know, I I'm sure I would start out something like, even if you don't care about the white race, you should be taking this seriously. It should be bothering you really badly. It should feel like an injury. And I know what needs done. I know when people need dealt with, what kind of dealt with they need. And I don't even see I don't see whites having the heart to care, uh, to just leave your emotional comfort zone, process reality. You are being hunted because you're white. Every person, place, and thing that is white is under attack because white. You know, it's it's a really disgusting reality that whites as a race are ignoring. We will address anything but it being because we're white. And like, I feel like more needs said for Clay and the other victims of these anti-white, disgusting pieces of shit. Um, I sit back and observe. I can fall back and, you know, see what kind of conclusions people are coming to on their own. They are screwed without the white well-being movement. You know, thus far, I still can't find anything that actually even addresses what's being done to us head on, like I found in the Go Free lexicon and our concepts with which we intend to save Western kind. from anti-whiteism, and it's like anti-whiteism is just so normal to everyone, and they've just accepted this is where we are as a society. We're anti-white. You know, they may not consciously think that, but long as it's not themselves, long as it's not their own kid, you know, it's just another day. Just another bad thing happened to someone. Uh, their selfish individualism is greater than their capacity to learn uncomfortable information, uh, to acknowledge it, to address it, to speak up, to even let their minds go in that direction. Yeah. Their selfish individualism is in much greater amounts, and that's going to be what finishes us. It's going to be all the asleep, white neutral at best cowards that keep us from doing what our mission is. It's what it looks like sometimes. Like cowardice always wins in the end. Like those who just sleep on it all, you know. They just get to be blissfully away from the responsibility we've taken on. And we're on our own. We're scattered, shadow banned. I'm trying not to just fill you all up with negative. That's the last thing I want to, start recording and do. But, yeah. I'm pissed off and I'm disgusted. What happened to Clay was allowed to happen because he doesn't have a people. Just instinctively, I want to hold him up to me. And look around and make sure nobody's going to attack him. Like, just when I see his picture, I just want to protect him. And, I certainly don't want to J Spurg or non-white Spurg. And it'd just be totally beside the point to start using non-white slurs and, say this is just what's wrong with black people. No. This is what's wrong with anti-whites. Whether you're a child as a white's creation, like, you must be destroyed, you must be harmed, you must be victimized. Our children are being seen as avatars. Like, this is the vision of an anti-white, They're being seen as the cause of an anti-white's envy and hatred. They're being I just don't see a right we have left. Uh, and the empty white judge let her out on bail. I'm kind of stumped, but it really just bothers me that the white race isn't going to do anything. Uh, she may have changed Clay's face forever. And, oh, she got a slap on the wrist. Like a non-white anti-white is guaranteed to get when they victimize one of us. That's just how it looks to me. Sometimes that's just all there is to life. Cowards getting their way. So, what else do I want to talk about? I don't know. But I had to say my piece. I had to let you know that I'm feeling it over here. It bothers the hell out of me, and I can't give up. I can't give up, or I'm just surrendering to the evil that hurt him. And I might be too beside myself to talk or something, if that's even the wording I'm looking for. Like, uh, I don't really want to look into the camera. I don't want to do this. Yeah. But it needs done. People need to be pissed off and hurt. We need motivation as a race. And Clay's case should motivate you, but just so much of the rest of the white race, I don't see it happening. I think subconsciously they're okay with it because it's not their kid. Or because they're not going to have a kid, or because Mexican food is so good, or blacks are so cool. You know, like, that's not something I want to defend. A race that behaves this way in the face of our victimization. A race that doesn't even want to survive. Doesn't even want to not be genocided. Like, I never thought it was right to stand up for people like that. But it's not for them, it's for people like you. So I'm still going. At least we have that we don't give up. I still have you, crew. I had better go, but you know, I'm still processing. I don't know what I am. kind of stuck. Kind of stuck because, like I said, something needs done. And some of our parents would have beaten that daycare worker mercilessly. Since she chose to beat Clay mercilessly, would have just beaten him to death. Our anti-white, non-white victimizer. And we're so far from anything, so close to justice. Like, we're not even getting close. We're not even close to having a right. And it needs said, it needs addressed. Whites need to stop ignoring it and actually be ready to address and take on anti-whiteism. I guess I've got to go. Because, like, on the one hand, I feel like I'm preaching to the choir, and on the other hand, the rest of who could hear this are just don't even have the sentience. They don't have the character, the sense of duty or responsibility that should just come with being a man, a white man at that. No, we don't have white men in our race. Look what gets done to us. Now, I'm not talking about Team White well-being, but I know we're pretty on our own facing this stuff. We don't need to be. It needs to spread, go free, and everything we go over and, tell each other to do at no white guilt, communalizing, teaching whites to have a peoplehood. It just needs done, and we just can't give up. That's all I know to do now is just not give up. I think I'd like to process the rest of this myself, so I'll go. But that's all I wanted to say this morning. I keep hearing about anti-white terror attacks, hush crimes, and what gets done to us, and how it's just okay. We're going to let the perpetrator out on bail. The anti-white terrorist, the anti-white hateful piece of shit who mutilates our face. They mutilate our faces, our women and children, and, well, we just have to let it go because my slavery. If we fail, I was going to say, if we fail, our race deserves it. Our race deserves for us to fail. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of just being reminded nothing is going to happen. This will be a concern all yours. It's all up to you to care, and nobody else has to do anything, and nobody is going to do anything. That's what reality I'm in today, it looks like. And I hate it, but that's just where I'm at. I know the white race doesn't deserve any salvation, but some of it does. That's why I do this. Take care.